Hello and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. And here's Donald. Donald, turn around, show people your face. There he is, there he is. He's not meant to be up on the table, but the camera's on. Oh, don't show people your bottom. Yes, so it's Monday. And I want to talk about another film I saw recently. Because I did one a couple of weeks ago. It was called Ocean. And then a few days later, I saw another film. Wait till I get him off. It's all right if you see his face. You don't need to see his bottom, do you? He can't help himself because there's a camera there. But anyway, as I was saying, I went and saw another film. So I saw two in a week, which is unusual. I don't normally do that. But I am careful about what I see because, as I said, the blockbuster ones and all like the Marvel and all that, they don't interest me. So if you want to know about those sort of films, I'm not going to talk about them because I don't go and see them. But this other film I saw was called The Salt Path. Now, I didn't know this was a true story. I didn't know that she'd written a book. And, oh no, I was going to do zoomies. And I didn't know any of that. I didn't know who they were. The film starts with them being on their farm. They're hiding under the stairs from bailiffs. When they spy a book, because they're going to lose their farm, and they spy a book, and it's about walking this particular walk in England. And it ends up in Land's End. And that's what they decide to do because they're going to lose their farm. They've got 5 days to get out. And this is what the film is about, the walk. At the same time, her husband is diagnosed with a very serious disease. And when they start walking, he is in bad shape. But I was pleased to see that he is still alive, which is good. But this film, it was, Donald, as I said, Gillian Anderson and Jason Isaacs. Now, Jason Isaacs, the last thing I saw him in was White Lotus. that was a very different, go away, Donald, come on, different role. And it would have been very different filming for him because that was set in a luxury resort in Thailand. And this one, they were walking and sleeping in a tent because they were homeless. And I think this is a message of the film as well. They'd been in business with a friend and the friend did the dirty on them and they were left with the debts, which meant that they lost everything. And they had very little money while they were on this walk. What did I think of it? I thought it was very good. I think Gillian Anderson is a very versatile actor. I've seen her in different roles and I think she's a really good, versatile actor. And of course, Jason Isaacs, I think his name's Isaacs, he's good in whatever he does. So I won't tell you what happens in the end. As I said, it's beautiful scenery because of course they're walking along the coast. Now I have been to England, but I can't remember it exactly, but it is quite a long walk. And it was interesting. Because even here in Australia, housing is just so expensive, so expensive. We have homeless here. I've got a lot of gratitude for the fact that I've got a roof over my head because it's so easy to become homeless. And this film, I think, brings it home how easy it can be to lose everything. And as I said, the tent is their home. That's the only home they've got. So yeah, it was an interesting story. As I said, I didn't know until after I'd seen it that it was a real life story. This actually happened to these people. And apparently what she did afterwards, she wrote it down as a story and gave it to her husband as a birthday present. And this is when it got published. And it was a huge success apparently. I'd never heard of the book. I said I'd never heard of the people, I'd never heard of the book. And apparently Gillian Anderson was very interested in making it into a film for quite a few years. And I said, I think she does. They both do a very good job, because basically they're the ones that are in every scene. They do meet people along the way, of course, walking on a path you would, but it's mainly the two of them. They work well off each other. And I thought it was a really good film. Let me know if any of you have seen it. As I said, I don't know what I'll see next. I did see shorts for a film, but that's not coming out until, August, September, and I will go and see that one. And a friend actually wants to come and see a film with me, but I don't think we like the same films, so we'll see how that goes as well. But anyway, thank you to everyone who's watching these, and if you're liking them, please subscribe, because I said I am trying to build the channel. And I will be back on Wednesday with another poem. Okay, bye.